Alright guys, so I am at the Redneck Rumble, which is a big rat rod show in Lebanon, Tennessee. They've been doing it probably 20 years or more. I've been coming for about 12 years. And this is inside the Expo Center. And they did let me put Centipede in here, so that's cool. So got it cleaned up after Redbeard's event. That took, oh gosh, that took probably 2 days to wash it. And I've got my QR code on here so people can scan it and see the video from the sand dunes. I think the weather's kind of keeping people away because there's only like one row of cars in here, and then the vendors are all around the edges, and the whole center of the Expo Center is kind of empty. But it doesn't usually fill out because so much stuff is outside. I'll show you some stuff that I find interesting to walk around with a few things for you. I like this one. It's a really clean build. Check out the copper radiator pipe right here for upper radiator. I like the color combination too. Camshaft for a bumper. I got it cleaned up pretty good after we put about 100 miles on it at Turkey Bay, about 10 hours at Redbeard's event, and everything went fine, nothing broke. Just took a day to wash it. So now we're outside the expo building at the fairgrounds. That's it right there. They've built a bunch of new stuff. Sorry, the audio is going to be pretty bad because there's so many people riding around. And that's one thing that's cool about this show is you can ride around on just whatever you build, whatever you want to build to ride around on. They let you do it. This 1929 fire truck is one of the most interesting things I've seen. Get up here where you can see it better. So I talked to the guy that owns it, and it was stored in a warehouse for something like 50 years. All original. Just in incredible preserved shape. Again, 1929, so in 4 years it's gonna be 100 years old. And he got it running, and it runs and drives. Check out the pump on the front. Even the glass on the gauge is intact. You've got your suction hose right here that you could drop in a pond or something, you know, to suck water out of. I want to point out, original wooden wheels, intact. Check out the brakes. The brakes are rear axle only, and it's a band. It's just an external band around there. I thought it might be just parking brake, but that is the service brakes, because there's no other, I don't see any other brake system. Look how narrow the ladders were back then. That's, I mean, I can almost span it with my hand. All these accessories and stuff, all original. Check out what they used to say on the fire extinguishers, the instructions: to play, turn bottom up. Well, that's interesting. To stop, turn back. And both of them say it, to play. As near as I can figure, there's two tanks. I think this one would have been the water tank, and this one was some kind of chemical tank. And it's funny, it says deluge, you know, like pouring down rain. Deluge chemical. Look at this interesting wear pattern right here, where the driving down the road, you know, this strap would sit here and blow in the wind. And I guess it's been buckled since 1929, and it made that wear pattern. $10,000 miles. Could you imagine driving this 10,000 miles? Check out the original flashlight. So the safety equipment was just a bell, and he's got it hooked up. A little shot of the engine right here. Like a 4-cylinder. Just amazing. It's almost 100 years old and runs. Oh look, comes with an oil can. Old Ford right beside it's pretty cool. Kind of rat rotted out. Need some chain. That's cool. I do notice the rear fenders are on backwards. I'm sure that's intentional just to get the rat rod look. So we have not a hearse, Corvair, or Convent, no, I'm not sure what that says. It's a Ford. This is my buddy's hearse, and fully mechanically rebuilt, Cadillac based, has a gear vendor's overdrive, so he has a 2-speed sub transmission in it. I don't know what we got going on here. I do like this truck. Love an old COE. Ooh, it's for sale. No, it says garage sale. Got these old Italian, I guess carnival ride or kiddie ride bodies on mobility scooters. So here is a Volkswagen, like a Baja Bug. Oh yeah, here we go. Looks like it might be running a little bit rich. You do the other one? Oh yeah, there we go.
It's kind of mix and match when the motor isn't running.
Yeah. I can feel the heat.
I should bring marshmallows. That's cool. You're welcome. Look at that. That's funny. It helps us keep it. How one way to keep a bigger gas bottle. I call this thing.
Oh, a little kiddie seat. The hinges are chains. Got welds on here, it look like veins. Well, let's see what else we see. Seen several people with these giant chrome trailer hitches.
Make a Ford, a Chevy.
This is some more interesting stuff for you.
So he came across this and he's like, you know what? About and we're like the type of so one day we all got at the garage, we got the sawzall and everything, cut it in half. This was the first thing we finished. And you notice we made an extended cab through the back glass. And then this has just been painted. This was just finished painted a few days ago. And then this has been. Oh yes, he made this whole bed himself. All of the bondo, the sheet metal, the fabrication,
I like
the metal
how y'all
work.
kept the rear end style of the plug. All custom fabricated too.
Yeah, everything. He's
That's badass.
such a brilliant man.
Is it, can I see the inside?
Yeah, sure. And he painted it all himself too. When you go to drive it around and you hear this thing fire up, and you know that somebody on a crotch rock is coming up because it's so loud. But then when you look, you're like, where are they?
This isn't
These are it. Let us hear it.
Well, I'm not gonna do it because none of the boss men are here. I stay in trouble.
This isn't horrible. How long did it take?
You go to Florida and it's drifted.
That's what the handbrake's for.
Yeah,
I see that.
it's wicked to make everybody, look. What? Yeah. And doing burnout and broke the chain. We added some more linkage. It's such an easy fix.
He showed us yesterday that the reverse is electric, where it sends a sprocket up into the chain
Ain't it crazy?
to back up.
He can be sitting
Which is
in a
actually-
chair and hit the remote.
Yeah, it's a remote reverse. It's right there.
Yeah, we love it.
That sprocket will go up into the chain to get reverse.
Actually, if you look at the other side of the tank, it's called the crotch bug. The crotch bug?
Yeah.
Yeah. You all see the big dog.
Got dual disc.
You would have never thought in a million years.
Hold on. Here comes Cooley. He'll start for y'all.
It's got dual disc brakes.
I know. I want to see it. It's a Volkswagen car. If you open the rear, it has a Volkswagen motor in it. That's
Yeah.
what powers that one,
Yeah, so this
yeah.
is the back half of this. All right, he's gonna start it up. Here we go, guys. That's a weird little, tiny little Volkswagen van. show is just so crazy. Some kind of, it's called a Goliath, but I think it's stuck on a Volkswagen bus chassis. Because we have an air-cooled VW motor back here. You got vendors selling all kinds of stuff. They got food trucks.
Oh, they don't complain about the vehicle that's out tomorrow?
Pretty awesome. I really like this truck too. The forward axle is driven, the rear axle is a tag axle, but it just looks good. So over here is the camping area. They've got the new Skylift in. I guess that'll be running when the state fair comes. But you can see people are riding anything and everything. I was hoping I'd get some video of you going. So what this is, it's an older mule with an old Chevy cab on it. He said he didn't have to narrow the cab, but he had to kind of narrow and make other stuff fit. And it turned out pretty well. This guy's like a master fabricator. He said if he had to do over, he'd start with a better mule instead of the one he ended up using. Got half a Volkswagen for a little chariot ride right here. The same guy that made this, he also builds these right here. And it's two fenders. That's two fenders put together, but you can't even see the seam. And so it makes mini bike bodies. I know those are Volkswagen on the orange one. I don't know what the other ones are. A lot of these rat rods are driven here from, you know, some of these guys come from other states. I know this guy drives this and pulls his camper. I'm sure it's on a later model chassis though. So this thing over here is actually my creation. Built it about 6 years ago specifically for this show. I've got all these trailers that I hitch up. If I had one more trailer, I could actually meet myself nose to tail in a turn. So what this is, it was based on a David Bradley walk behind tractor. The David Bradleys were sold through the Sears catalog from 1942 to 1962. Of course, this one is highly modified. And again, this is my creation, purpose built as a show cruiser for this show. I'll do another video on it when I can do better audio because there's so much noise in the background. But it's all repurposed stuff. Alright guys, I gotta give these people a ride and give them a show tour, so I'm gonna check you guys later. Thanks for watching.